What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Clay's Coins. I believe competence creates confidence, so I'm here to bring you guys some information, education, and better understanding of Measurable Data Token today. Ticker symbol MDT. It's a cryptocurrency I've talked about for a long time, since the start of my channel like 100 videos ago. Put a flexing emoji in the comment section down below real quick if you guys remember when I used to talk about MDT, because I've been hype on it for a while, and if you guys know, it has gone ballistic recently. It's come back down to earth a little bit. However, we're going to look at the chart, we're going to talk about what it is exactly, why it popped, because a lot of different things related to it popped, where I think it's going to be going, and whether or not I'm long or short on Measurable Data Token. So, before we get into the video, guys, hit a like, go ahead and comment down below what your favorite cryptocurrency is right now that you're trading and making a bunch of money with. Let's get into the video. Alright, starting off, we are over here on CoinMarketCap.com, and we are looking at Measurable Data Token. Measurable Data Token? I believe I've always said data. Let me know if you guys say data or data. MDT. That's the ticker symbol. You guys know it by now. It's still in the top 500 rank on CoinMarketCap, which is, as many of you know, but if you don't, CoinMarketCap ranks their cryptocurrencies by their market cap, which is the total amount the coin is worth times how many is currently in supply, and that gives you your market cap. It's nothing complex or complicated. All you have to do is times this number by this number, and you'll get this number. That's all you got to do, guys. So, however, CoinMarketCap is a little biased with some of their stuff. As many of you Hex fans know, Hex has been blacklisted off of CoinMarketCap's top rankings for a long time because the head person at Hex and the head person CZ at CoinMarketCap.com, once again, if you guys didn't know, CoinMarketCap.com is actually owned by Binance. So CZ, the leader of CoinMarketCap, he's also the head guy at Binance, and him and the head guy at Hex do not really get along. So Hex is constantly at, I believe it's like ranked 201 or 301. It's one of those, so where it's impossible for it to ever move up past that, regardless of the market cap. Measurable Data Token isn't one of those cryptocurrencies because, as you guys can see, it is still relatively unknown and is putting up some crazy volume right now. Up right around 10% on the day. It's bouncing right now because, like I'll talk about in my next video, we have a lot of things to talk about in the state of the current market. Today, at the time of this recording, it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you guys. Hopefully, you're able to give your Valentine some happy gains this year. Measurable Data Token is definitely being affected by the CPI numbers and the market pricing everything in. The Fed spoke this morning, and we'll probably hear something again tomorrow. So the market's going to be factoring it in, pricing it in. There's going to be a lot of volatility, so tread carefully in these choppy waters. For anyone who didn't know, MDT Measurable Data Token is an Ethereum token that powers the Measurable Data Token. I did say data, or data, Measurable Data Token. I don't know. Now I'm throwing myself off and feel like I'm changing what I'm saying. Either way, MDT is a token that powers the MDT ecosystem for anonymously sharing and monetizing consumer data. MDT is used as a medium of exchange between users sharing their data and business accessing it. CoinMarketCap.com says Measurable Data Token, MDT, aims to provide a blockchain-based data economy where data providers and data buyers can exchange data securely and anonymously. I really wanted to say data, the entire thing. I'm not sure why. I cannot stop. It's like one of these things, like, once you guys think about breathing, it's so hard to just autonomously breathe after that and go right back to it. Once you think about breathing, you get into that mental loop and you're like, wait, so if I stop breathing, how am I going to keep breathing? I used to do that a lot when I was a kid, so you can see where that, that mentality kicks in, but that is what MDT is. Obviously, we'll probably have, longer, it's one of the shortest descriptions on CoinMarketCap, but it's no surprise when you see it's only on 27,000 watch list. The market cap is under 35 mil, which I think could easily double in the very near future, up to around 70 mil, upwards of 100 mil, which is still microcap territory, guys. Let's hold off on that for a second, because we're going to talk about why it popped. And this right here, this tag right over here next to marketplace, this is why it popped. AI and big data. Because if you look at the 1 month chart, we had a pop. I mean, this is an astronomical rise. This is from just under 3 cents to over 8 cents in a matter of hours. And that was because of the AI big bubble that formed almost overnight. We'll look at an article from, my favorite publisher, Forbes. Sometimes Forbes just says stuff to say stuff, and if you let me know down below if you guys saw my video about Forbes. They do not have the best background and history with talking about crypto in an unbiased fashion. Artificial intelligence crypto tokens are soaring in price this week, but price movements seem to be more of a crypto proxy to the AI bubble. The rally comes as a JP Morgan report says that traders are turning their attention to AI and away from blockchain. They always have to throw it in there. But right here, the rise in the price of AI-related cryptocurrencies can without a doubt be driven by real and tangible developments in the AI and blockchain industries. We had a tremendous amount relating to this right here. The release of OpenAI's ChatGPT language model. This is a huge, I'm sure you guys by now have heard about ChatGPT, heard about what Google and Microsoft and all these big companies, which AI and, ChatGPT competitors or ChatGPT itself are partnering with. And this caused a huge pop in anything and everything that had the word AI or anything about data, anything about machine learning. These things had a massive sympathetic or proxy pop. Just because, if there's a bunch of interest in ChatGPT and then Google comes out and says, we're partnering with this company, and there's a huge pop in that. If you weren't invested in that company prior to the news, buy the rumor, sell the news, why people say that. If you weren't invested in the company prior to that news coming out, you think, oh, I missed out on those gains. But then the human brain starts to kick in and thinks, how can I find the next pop? Now that I know what this did, let's look for a pattern and see if we can repeat it, because our brains love to look for patterns. So then we just take anything and everything that's AI related and start throwing money at it, because maybe that could be the next one to partner with Google or Apple or Microsoft, one of these massive companies. Maybe they will scoop up one of these smaller little AI or blockchain AI projects, and we'll see a big pump again. So that is a huge reason why I've talked about it before with, the massive sympathy pops and sympathy pumps in meme coins. Usually if you'll have a huge pump in Shiba Inu or Dogecoin, the other, either Shiba Inu or Dogecoin, will have a smaller pop around the exact same time period without any real fundamental news coming out. So just be aware of that, guys, and that's why it's really good to diversify and not just get married to one specific project because you love it so much, then you start to hate on its competitors. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Ethereum. Do I think one of these other cryptocurrencies like Near Protocol or Avalanche could dethrone Ethereum? Yes, that's why I like both of them. And at any given time, I'm most likely invested in both of them along with Ethereum because I do believe in it. And hey, what's better than hedging against yourself with another bet to make sure? It's like a constant straddle in your investments. And if you don't know about straddling, that's an options play tactic. And it just means that you bet both ways. You bet, if you think your team's going to win, you think your team's going to lose, you bet the same amount of money on both. And then hopefully you can make enough with one of those bets to cancel out the losses from the other. That's all you have to do when it comes to diversifying your portfolio, and it's going to save you a lot in the long term, and it will take you out of having to make a decision between which project you want to go to because, as you can see here, anyone with the AI tag went crazy. Now let's move over to TradingView. Look at the chart. This is MDT. These are the 4-hour candles. This is the magical chart, the technical analysis I did that caused the massive pop-up and run-up that we saw here that I made the video about, possibly the best call I ever made. It was just perfect timing, especially with the AI pop, you know what I mean? But the technicals backed it up, and where, obviously we had a huge run up from AI, but the fact that it came up and then fell back to levels that I said it needed to, and then used the levels that I said it needed to use to bounce back up again, it's just so cool to be able to predict something and have it come right. Let me know if you guys have ever made a prediction and then it happens and you feel like you're a friggin' wizard. That's a very natural feeling, and it is pretty cool. So, doing up a little bit of chart work last night before I went to bed, and we have just broken today. In these 4 hours, we were headed towards another test, what I thought would be, of around the 4 cent mark. However, The market really liked the CPI numbers, and we had another big pop up to hopefully test again on this 5-cent support line, and maybe it'll hold a little stronger than it has recently, because as you guys can see, we had a test of the 5-cent support line. I'll get my little paintbrush here. We had a test of the 5-cent support line right here. We then, within 12 hours or so, fell through it and came down to test the 4-cent line. We rose back up, had a big candle here, came back down, and as soon as it was time to test that 5-cent support line again, we fell through. We didn't go all the way down. However, we took another rise up, and now it's time. We took another rise up, which broke the actual trend. But if you look at this right here, what is the difference between here? Let me delete this little pop, this one. What is the difference between this circle right here and this circle right here? The second one that I just drew is a lot higher up, isn't it? About, let's see, here to here. About 7% higher. That means the bottom is about 7% higher, meaning we're having higher lows. We may be forming lower highs, but we're also seeing higher lows, which would indicate a pinch or a pop type scenario where some sort of price movement needs to happen. Now, if you were to look at the triangle we just made, I'll thicken up this line just a little bit here for you so it's a little bit more visible here. There you go. So you'd look at this thick line we just put here and this descending wedge that we had, and you see right in here, it was time for action. It was time to move. Given the numbers, the CPI, the Fed speaking, and the market reacting, and then the crypto market reacting to the regular stock market reaction, everyone's reacting to everything and trying to price it in and predict a better result in the future. We had a huge breakout period, and we did. So I'm really, really hoping this 5-cent mark holds. If it does, obviously, this is a great time to say this is not financial advice. Not a financial advisor. This is not an indication to buy, hold, or sell any cryptocurrency, stock, NFT, or investment opportunity discussed in this video or on this channel. I'm just a guy on YouTube with big holes in his ears who's telling you about little micro cap coins. Don't bet the house on what I say. You know what I mean? It's literally free to watch my videos, so just have fun. It's for education and entertainment purposes only. Hopefully you can learn something. Hopefully you can get a laugh here and there. Maybe it's just something to drown out the silence. Who knows? But just don't start running to plays as soon as you see them unless you do your own due diligence and you do your own research on the play. If we see a confirmed bounce off of this support line and we do not break through, we do not instantaneously fall through, or when it's time to test the support, just cave right through it again, because this right here would indicate that the 5-cent is no longer even a support line. The only reason that I would think it is because it held up on this bounce up. It needed that stair step up on the ladder, and right here we saw about 8 hours where that was the bottom. It really started to solidify itself as a support line in the micro. But this right here is very indicative of the support line failing, and it being much more of a psychological support line, not necessarily a technical one, meaning people just think it needs to go there, and if enough people think that it needs to go there, you know, people drive the market, so it's probably going to go there. It might become a self-fulfilling prophecy. We'll see. If I see a bounce off this, and it's a legitimate support line, I'm loading the boat. I'm going to pick it up, because I'm going to see if we can flip this into a support. I bet we're going to break this 5-7 resistance right here that we have tested these last couple times. I bet we'll break that and we'll test this 6-cent. That's just my opinion. Obviously, who knows? Last time I made a prediction on MDT, it played out pretty well, but past performance is never indicative of future outcomes, especially in the stock market and crypto market. And when you're dealing with a friggin' cryptocurrency that is only 36 million for its market cap, just like I said, guys, don't ever make life decisions based off of a YouTube video. But I'm just going to tell you guys what I'm doing. Now, with all that being said, where do I think MDT can go? I think right around that 6 to 7 mark in the short term, very short term, within the next couple weeks, depending on what's going on, how the market reacts. Am I long or short on MDT? I'm very long on MDT and short on MDT. It depends on what you're doing. I think you can swing trade these pops pretty well, especially if you pick it up right around that 4-cent support line and then sell it right off of a resistance line. Obviously not financial advice, but that's pretty easy gains. That's pretty easy, like 10 to 20% swings that you can almost guarantee to happen until you see a support line let go and the floor falls out, because it's all good when you're on the first floor until that first floor collapses and now you're in the basement. That's kind of what happens sometimes with a support line. So just always remember that you can go back down, but if you time those ups and downs, you can definitely make some money off of it. And long term, I am very big on MDT. I have been for a while. Think about this, guys. A 10x would only put MDT right now at about 360 million, which is still under $500 million, which some people would still consider a micro cap or a smaller cap coin. 360 million is nowhere out of the realm of possibility for an AI and big data marketplace cryptocurrency like MDT. It's just, that is absolutely fathomable for me. So I can see in the long term, medium to long term, within the next couple of years, an easy 10x, upwards of a 20x, which would put it at what? 720 mil, right around there, 760 mil. I think that's 100% doable. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think MDT can get to, in the next couple weeks, and then let me know what do you think it can get to by, 2024. We'll see, something like that. Other than that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap the video up. Look out for the next one, talking about the overall state of the market. I'm working a lot in real life, so I haven't been able to make a video over the last week or so, but you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you guys want to keep up with anything that might be going on. I might post over there in shorter form rather than making an entire video. Sometimes it's a little easier, but other than that, guys, put a flexing emoji in the comment section down below. As you guys know, take care of yourself, stay hydrated, always make good decisions, and remember, if you don't risk anything, you risk everything. Thank you, guys.